Hello guys, welcome to my new YouTube video. In this video, we'll be discussing about the copy constructor and constructor with default arguments. Okay, before entering into coding part, let us first clear our theory. What is meant by constructor, what is meant by copy constructor and what is meant by our constructor with default arguments. Okay, let me open a book. So, okay, yesterday video was closed in between, so I'll be discussing it more clearly what is meant by copy constructor. So for example, why we are going to use that is the first question, right? So why we are going to use constructor, copy constructor, when we have already have constructor? For example, if I'm initializing a and b, for example, I'm initializing data members in my class. So but the same data members are present in my 10 to 20 different other member functions, or 10 to 20 other objects need the same data values. For example, in a supermarket, if the cost is for an apple is, for example, x, then the supermarket which consists of another warehouses should also be same, right? So I cannot go and each and another supermarket and initialize with them. So with the help of copy constructor, with a simple constructor, this problem, we can solve this our problem. So with the help of copy constructor. So what is meant by copy constructor? So this is used to copy constructor. This is used to initialize the current object values into, for example, I've created a objects in which created an object in which my data members are present. So if that data member should, if I want to share it to another function or for another object, so that at that stage copy constructor is used. So initialized with another class objects. So this is a simple definition of copy constructor. So what it is saying, like, this is used to initialize the current objects. For example, my current objects are a and b. So current objects values with another class object. If I'm having an object of object 1, so in my object 1, a and b are 10 and 20. So if I want to copy the same objects into my another class, so in another object, with the help of copy constructor, I can do that. So let me take a table. Where is the table? So okay, and for example, okay, this is my s1 object. In my s1 object, a and b are present. A value consists of, for example, 10, and b value consists of, for example, of 20, or take it as 1 or 2, no issues. This is my object of s1, and I am creating a new object. In that, s2 should also contain the same value of s1. So I cannot directly initialize as s2 equals to s1, right? So with the help of copy constructor, I have to send a argument in the form of object. In that, that is going to store the value of s2 dot a in the form of s1 dot a. S1 dot a is stored into in my s2 dot a. So and b value should be 2. So I am simply copying this constructor into my new constructor. So this is the problem. So let's move on to the coding part. So as usually, we are going to use hash include IOStream controller. Let me finish the coding part first, and then I'll be discussing, because time is taking more while explaining and writing. So let me make it fast. Class of sample and take comma b and public sam. Okay guys, I hope you are clear what I'm writing. First, I'm declaring a class of Sam. In that Sam, I'm initializing two values, integer a comma b. In that, and this is my parameterized constructor. We know what is meant by constructor. As constructor means which is invoked at the time of object creation. So it should have the same name as class name, and should be, it always present with the present in public, and you should not have any return type. So there is no return type, and it is in public, and it has same name as class name. And this is we are having parameters, right? So this is called as parameterized constructor. Okay, this is parameterized constructor. And then with the help of this operator, we know what is meant by this operator. With the help of this operator, whatever the data we are getting from my main function, with the help of this operator I can store in my private data members. So this dot a and this dot b equals to p comma q, and here I'm going to pass the parameter, I mean whatever the object that I have present in my main function s1, I am passing to this constructor. This is my copy constructor. So in that, I'm again storing a equals to s1 dot a, whatever the s1 value present here. See here what s1 dot a is means 1, and s2 s1 dot b equals to 2. So I'm storing again in a comma b. So I'm printing a and b. I hope you are clear. And in s1 I'm passing 10 comma 20, right? So it will be going into here, not here, because here we are passing the s1, right? It will not go here. It will go at the parameterized constructor, because integer connects to that integer function constructor. Sorry, sam s2 of s1, and then we have to simply print those two. Okay, let's compile and run. So new cout a and b. Okay, sorry, IO stream, right? Mm, s1 was not declared in the scope. Okay, sam s1, no matching, expects one argument. Okay, sam s1, no matching function to call for sam of sam. This is a sam s1, right? Candidate to experiments and arguments. So that's why I'm passing here, right? So s1 was not declared in the scope. Sam s1, redeclaration of sam, sam s1 comma s2. No matching, call integer main print. Okay, print. Okay, fine. s1 dot a and then s2 dot b. Okay, why it is not printing then? Sam s1, sam s1 and then 10 comma 20. Okay, time is running out. Let me think once again. Here we are passing sam s1 10 comma 20, right? So this is fine. Then why it is not printing? Let me check s1 dot print function. So it should print 10 and 20. Okay, this is fine. After that, in SAM S2 of S1 I'm passing, right? So it should take S2 dot print SAM S1. S1 was not declared in this scope. Okay, why it is not declared? Invalid constructor problem in SAM const SAM ampersand. S1 was not declared in this scope. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with this, but we are making mistake at somewhere. So SAM ampersand of, let's take it as some old O dot A dot B. So S1 was still not declared in the scope. So guys, our time is running out. Okay, S1 SAM S1. Here we are passing S1, right? Why S1 is not declared in the scope? Why it is showing like this? So okay, I'll be discussing in a few minutes because I've already solved this problem. If any problem, I'll be discussing later. Okay, our next question is. Uh, what is meant by constructor with default arguments, right? So we know that whenever we are passing arguments from a function, it has to consist of in C language, it will definitely have the topic of, I mean, whatever the we are functions we are sending, it should consist in a calling function, or whenever we are passing that function. For example, where is my text? Okay, fun is my function and integer a comma integer b. Okay, this is my function definition. So in that, when I'm passing any function of, for example, fun 10 comma 20, it will take, okay, a will be stored in 10 will be stored in a and 20 will be stored in b. What if I send only 10 comma, only simple 10? So it will not go in it has to decide whether it's going a or b, but that is not going to possible in C language, but with the help of our default arguments. And we have already learned that default in C++ we have another topic called uh, default argument, something like that. So whenever we are making them default, for example, here a equals to 10, b equals to 20. If I'm passing 10, a would be storing in 10 and b will be storing 20. For example, if I'm passing 10 and 30, okay, 10 will be stored in 10 a and 30 will be storing in b. But whenever we are not passing the 30, the 20 will be taking as default. So that topic is called as constructor with default arguments. Before we have learned that member functions with default arguments. I hope you remember it. Okay, here it is. Member functions with parameters and member functions without we have not sent any parameters. For example, only I'm calling that function. So whatever the default arguments present in that, that will print by itself. So similarly, we are going to perform with the constructor also. So let's move on. Hashing. So similarly, I'll be first finishing the code with a minute. I'll be explaining after that. Guys, look at this question. Our question was constructor with default arguments, right? So this is a constructor. Okay, my class name is function fun, and then integer p comma q r. These are my data uh, members, or sorry, what do we call that? Member. These are data members and member functions, right? So these are my data variables or data members. These are always very restricted. I mean, data privacy is very high for this. And in my public, constructors are always in my public, so it should have same name as class name. So function integer a comma 10, b equals to 20, and c comma 30. These are the default arguments that I'm providing to this constructor. So okay, after that, with the help of this pointer, the value that is present in my a will be stored in p, and then b value will be stored in q, and c value will be stored in r. So after that, I'm simply printing p q r. Okay, here I'm created a object f1. So whenever an object is created, constructor is invoked, right? So I'm passing the parameters 100, 200, and 300. So it is printing 100 is passed to a, and 200 is passed to b, and 300 is passed to c. So after that, pqr gets exchanged, and then pqr will be printed. For example, if I'm giving function f2 of 100, for example 50 comma 100. So guys, what will be the output? Here I'm passing only two parameters, right? So 50 will be stored in a, 100 will be stored in b, but there is no passing of c, right? I'm not passing anything to c. So whatever the default value present in my c will be printed. So let's check this. So that's it, 50, 100, and 30. So let me put a c out. That would be fine. So, and then if I'm passing, for example, f3 of, I'm passing only one argument. Okay, that would be, for example, take 1000. I'm not passing even 100 also. So 100 would be stored in a, and 20 and 30 are default, right? So whatever the elements that are present in my a and b will be printed. So my output will be 1000, 20, and 30. So after that, 1000, 20, and 30, that's it. And if I'm not giving any argument, for example f4, I'm simply calling that function. So whatever the default arguments present in my constructor will be printed. So output would be 10, 20, and 30. Sorry. uh, okay, let me check. 100 to 230, right? So sorry, this is a constructor, right? So 10, 10, 20, and 30. So 10 and 20 and 30 are default arguments, right? So those are gets printed. So that's it, guys. That's it for a video. In our next videos, we'll be discussing about more about friend function. We'll be taking things slowly, because we have a lot to learn. And I'll make sure I'll definitely complete the C++ course. And if you like this video, please like and share. And if you want to follow my new videos, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.